Good afternoon everyone and welcome to another tournament stream. This is the last ticketed Ascent Tournament for the Ascent server that I will be showing you today. And I'll be following Feast today. So I'll take you to my garage room. Invite should be up in about a minute because Feast has a first match straight away. And let's have a look at that. There we are, aptly named lockboxes, which is one of the things that we have in the game right now. And we're starting off versus EA. What have I done? What I have done. That is weird. But yeah, room invite should be up momentarily. But first, this is the current standing that we have for the Asia server. And I find it purely, especially the gap between these two. That is just, well, actually, this is the current standing. This is here so that after the tournament I can put in the positions that people have ended in here. And it will automatically calculate the new cups. So that's actually just making it easier. The only reason that this team is here is this is the only team that is not in the top 16 that has registered for today. So their cups will also change. And there is the room invite. So let's go there already up straight away so that can't go wrong. But yeah, this is the current cup standings as we have it. These are the cups that they can earn today. And we'll just have to see how it goes. Basically, the battle for the 7th and 8th place is like full on between these four clans. ID relatively safe, but it kind of depends on where they end today. And especially these three will basically have to duke it out for the 8th place. So anything can still happen. Interesting fact is that E7 is versus low, so depending on who actually wins that one is going to knock the other one out, like out of the top 8. So that's going to be interesting to see as well. But let's focus on the battles that are to come. We still have some time, but I'm going to take this away so that it won't be blocking your screen. And then we'll just wait until we actually start, because we still have 4 minutes left to go. Feast is all there. EA is steadily coming in. Well, steadily, I see one person there so far, but they still have plenty of time. And we'll just have to see how it goes. We are starting off on Rockfield. Rockfield, one of the maps that I actually quite like. It is relatively small, but there are a lot of peekaboo positions and that can be pretty fun to watch. So, 3.5 minutes left to go. Both teams are there now. Jay just need to decide on which tanks to drive and where they want to go and everything. This is for me always the boring part because I never want to miss a room invite, so I'll always make sure that I'm like started up and working as intended by the time the room invite comes. But it is a whole 5 minutes, which is technically not what you need. But while we're at it, let's actually just have a look at the map. This is where we're going to go. You have base B in the middle, which is basically a death trap. But if you manage to cap it, it will be very hard for the enemies to steal it. But generally, the person that you send there to cap it will be stuck around the area there. So it could be very tricky. Base A with the bunker, base C on the other side with the ridge. They are the bases generally that are capped. Base A the most easy one to cap, but there are crossfire positions from base C into A and everything. So it's basically none of these caps are particularly safe because you have the whole area around base C that can get sniped and everything. Overall, I prefer the base A side here. Because I feel you can dominate the map more easily from there, and with the bunker it is a safer cap. Especially if you have a tank with a low profile, it will be very hard for people at base C at the camping ridge there to decap you. So that is where we will be going, what we were starting at. Just under 2 minutes left to go now. The teams are both completely ready, and we see EA ready with a T22 medium, 2 E5s, 2 IS4s, a mouse and a sherry. And they're going to go up against 1 E5, a 140, a sherry, 3 IS4s and the E100. So relatively similar lineups that way. I mean, EA has the E5s, and with the boosters that means that they are more mobile. But both have a medium, both have a sherry, both have relatively mobile heavies. And both have one super heavy. And I feel that the mouse in this case, I think the E100 would perform better on this map. But it is a team game, and they basically can go everywhere with any kind of lineup that you can think of. So that is why I try not to judge lineups too harshly. And we'll just see how they do. Less than a minute left to go. Basically, the only thing we're waiting for now is the game itself. Only 12 teams registered for Asia for today. Which is kind of funny to notice, because this is something that is so different with the EU server. Here, you are already in... actually don't know the 8th finals. Not sure if that... Yeah, no, I think it is the 8th finals. I don't know. My English is leaving me at this stage, but that is where we're already starting. So basically everyone that is coming is already getting 3k... no, sorry. Is already getting 2.7k cups. Which, in my opinion, is funny, because in EU it is already... we already go to the 2k cups for just showing up. But it's about a difference of 7 cups. I think that's also where the giant difference is coming from in the cup standings as they are right now. But here we go. Let's have a look what they're gonna do. Taking a long time to load in. That is not very promising. But here we go. My ping on Asia is generally dreadful, at least for playing. Spectating, it is okay, but the camera has been derping a little bit lately. It's like camera lag. And I actually thought that that was just me, but it turns out it isn't. Every has the same issues. So we have Bruni spotting, we have Mugu heading towards base C, but not actually going for it. And we have most of EA going into this direction, with one lone sherry on the other side. Missile being fired, but doing some damage to the E100 there. Mugu putting back, and EA starting to gap base C. Maddox firing, but not hitting. Base A being capped, and basically base B is left unattended. A little bit of crossfire there. Well, he kept Miserable doing a good job with that. And we see a little bit of fire going on there. No real damage being done, but shots fired. At this stage though, EA has a point advantage. And that means that basically Feast will have to make a move at some point to either get some more points or get a base or something like that. But we have the mouse that is going to protect base B. The Sherry here pulling back, going into a campish position where I can fire rockets. Bruni knowing that he's there somewhere. And overall not much happening, a bit of a stalemate gaming this way. Frost has to be a little bit careful there. Shots fired. Both teams losing some HP there, but not too much. Basically, this pretty much shows everyone now. Mugu wanting help as he goes back. But most of the enemy team is here, so I'm not sure that going there is the right way to go. Maddox taking a bit of a hit there, which he doesn't really need to do, to be honest. Nice bounce by Frost. Lexington losing a tiny bit of HP to Mugu. And now the mouse has moved into base B. If they get away with that, it means that EA will have a giant advantage here. And we have the E100 coming up behind him. Decapping that base, but taking a hit for it. And now the mouse is turning around, which could mean that Maddox can decap it. Because again, if they manage to do this... Oh, but that did not pan! And EA gets the base. They are moving in to get that mouse. But Tang is losing a ton of HP for that. And we see the IS-4s and the E5s moving at the back. Going after Bruni. Because he is a very lightly armored tank. Mugu taking a hit there. Some hasty firing here. And basically Feast needs to regroup. They need to focus fire. Base B is being stolen. The mouse is getting hit. Overall HP is being bled all around, but the first gun gone is Juventus. And Miserable is probably going to be not far behind as he's climbing. Ooh, that lucky miss though. Big hit into Xeon. Miserable not going to survive this. But they kind of have to be very careful. Base B is being capped, base A is being contended. Xeon is gone. Maddox taking him out. Tang is almost gone. With one more well-aimed shot, he is disappeared. And points-wise, it is very close. They need to make sure that all their shots count at this stage. There goes the mouse, but Frost is very low HP. And I have no idea how that did not pan, and he lives to shoot another one. Maddox going into base B. They have to work together. They have to be very... Oof, there goes Frost. 950 points. 915. This is basically about the caps and about making sure the enemy does not get more points. 940 points. Base B has been capped. They need to take out the tanks. Bruni is going to base C, which is a good call because 9... Oh, no! They got it. EA, well played by points. Feast being just a tiny little bit too late. That is nuts. Oh my god. What a game though. Feast leaving it just a little bit too late. Just not being careful enough. And EA just basically surviving, and that early point advantage got them that win. That is nuts. And 1.5 minutes left to go before we go into the second match of this matchup. And we see if Feast can retaliate from this. If I really hope they do, because otherwise it will be a very short stream. But we'll see. I do love matches like this though, where it's so close. I actually have a replay on Rockfield. That I'm going to be showing tonight on the EU stream. Which is basically Vil versus Immor, and it is an insane game. And yeah, it's gonna be awesome. In the meantime, Kiwis go, let's go Legion, let's go EG. We're not quite there yet though, Kiwi. Feast, Beast of the East, yeah. Again, there's a 5-minute delay, so everything you hear me say I've actually said 5 minutes ago. But it is what it is, can't do anything about that. And EA has now readied up with... Oh my god, my game is not responding, there we go. A T22 medium, 2 E5s, 2 IS-4s, a 113 and a Sherry. Versus 1 E5, 1 140, a Sherry, 3 IS-4s and E100. So slightly different lineup for EA this time. And here we go into the second match of this matchup. Feast, of course, relatively safe in their position, especially with the big gap between 5 and 6 in the cup rankings. But let's see what's going to happen this time around. That cheeky cap on base B, where Maddox shot bounced on the mouse. That was all important for EA last match. Feast now heading towards the base A side with Bruni heading towards the middle. I wonder if they're going to go for a cheeky... No, they're not going to go for a cheeky B cap. T22 and Sheridan are going to... Oh, sorry. And Mugu are spotting each other. Let's see if that hits. No, it does not. That would have been a very cheeky shot though. Base C being kept. Sherry losing some HP, jumping down. And we see some shots being fired. Ooh, but he only takes one relatively small hit as he runs off. And I'm kind of wondering, EA is all sticking together now. I wonder if they're going to try and get that base cap. That'd be either side, to be fair. Juventus losing a bit more HP there. Tang pulling back a little bit with the Sherry over here. I wonder if we're going to see some missiles. Yeah, we do, but he misses, and base B is now being kept by Feast. And they will have to overexpose Juventus using more and more HP. And it looks like Feast is going to be able to get that base. And then they just have to pull back and hold, because it will be up to EA to make the difference here. And that is what I love and hate about this base. And also what my clan loves and hates about me when we are playing tournaments and we go to this, because I always send them to base B. Tang holding, EA running around a little bit. The Sherry has been spotted on the side there. Oof, and Bruni takes a big hit. And like I said, right now, Feast just has to hold. They need to play more defensively. Bruni is a very light and interesting target and needs to not be there. Sherry in position to fire rockets from here. Question is, will he and will they pen? CX in a tricky position over there. And Feast is holding. We have Lucky Dog moving in. Taking a massive hit from Tang there. Tang immediately getting some HP taken from him back. But CX is still there. They want to go. Not sure how CX bounced, but now EA is moving in. 860 points. And they need to be careful, they need to survive. Feast is all coming in now. Basically, they need to focus on the low HP targets and the juicy targets like the Sheridan here. 900 points. E5. Ooh, that did not pen either of them, to be fair. Feast needs to coordinate this well. CX is being left alone. The low HP targets are not being taken out. There goes Juventus, there goes Zeven forever. They need one more kill, potentially, to take this home. But they need to make sure that all the shots pen. And 850 points. It is a close one though. Lucky Dog should be the next target. A 920 first. Basically now EA has the upper hand. They have all three bases. Mugu going in, not focusing enough. 930. They're losing this on points because EA has the bases and they have the guns. And EA takes it home. Feast is knocked out. This is the shortest stream I've ever done. Oh my god. Very cleverly played by EA. Going in at the right time. And in this case, to be fair, Feast not having the focus fire, shooting random targets, not taking out the low HP targets. If they had done that, instead of shooting full health targets, or a lot of health targets at least, they would have taken it home, even with EA taking the bases. So this was not necessary. At the same time, their position for the top 8 is like very secure, so they don't need to worry about that. But oof. Because the thing is, I'm knocked out as streamer too when when Feast is knocked out. So yeah, I have no more games to show you today. I could like fill the time with replays, but I'm not going to be doing that. Meanwhile, and this is very important, E7 won from low. So let's actually have a quick look here. In the chart. That is not listing anything yet. But yeah, EA is up versus ID next. Noob beat Cats. And I'm actually going to get my Lovely little Excel file while I have it. These are the clans that it's about. Com is still going. So it will be up again between E7 and Com, depending on how it goes. And if E7 beats XR, which is who they are up against next, XR currently ranked 14th, then they will either be up against HLV or against Com. So if HLV beats Com, then basically, and E7 beats XR, then E7 is in the top 8, basically. But yeah, I'm not going to be waiting for that, because that's going to take ages. And ages is mean like 1, 2, 3, 1 hour and a half or thereabouts. So I'm not going to be doing that. So this is like seriously the shortest stream. All the same though, very well played by EA. Basically dominating those caps and going in at that moment. And keeping their low targets alive. That is basically what won them the game here. Kiwi says he's going to be mad at Feast. So, oh dear. So, that is it for me for now. I'm actually already logging off. We've had a stream of about 25 minutes, thereabouts. More than 5 of which was just loading in with the delay and everything. So, yeah. But yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye on the score later on. But for now, I'm not going to show you 1.5 hours of replay, so I'm calling it quits now. And I'll be seeing you guys tonight for the EU server in about 6.5 hours. Well, just over that. 6 hours and 45 minutes, I'll be back to stream the EU server. So I hope to see you all then. And for now, I wish you all a very good day. Bye bye!